Oh my god, just fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, she should have. Oh my
She's
god.
a fucking freak.
She's a freak.
She is a
One
freak.
of her fingies just like in between the ribs. Like,
Heckin', I'm not,
Carrie,
I'm not saying too much about it, but she is, in fact, as far as my brain goes, she is possibly the most psychotic character that I've ever put in a game. Anyways,
ooh, I'm so
welcome
attracted to
back.
her.
Welcome back to Nat19. It's us again. We're recording this right after the last one because we're not going to be able to record our last session of the month because of Christmas stuff and holiday stuff. So, happy holidays, first of all. We'll be running this, even though this is probably running on Twitch. We're not live, like we're not physically here, so if you give any subs or anything, they're appreciated. They keep us going. They're not popping up on screen because we are not actually here. We're a ghost. Given the schedule, you might call us a ghost of Christmas past. Yeah, spooky and topical. The best kind of spooky. We're gonna be aiming for about 2 hours today because we don't wanna. We're doing a lot of D&D today. Don't want to burn out too much. So let's fly right into it. I'm almost tempted not to ask for a what happened last time because it was an hour ago. So
I'd still fail.
you think you'd still fail?
Yeah.
Oh, now I want to
All
ask.
right, Carrie, what happened last time?
Bitch, I said I like it when we all do it together. Let's all do it together as a unit.
Bitch!
All right, you know what? For people at home, everybody, 1 sec. You know what? I'll roll a die to see who's gonna lead the charge.
No!
Pepper, what happened What happened an hour ago?
This
On
backfired
Gilligan's grave.
so aggressively!
It's karma for trying to fucking get my ass.
I'm gonna get it. Beat it. Okay, so we were all at the bar and we were like, what are we gonna do? And we planned our sort of warpath for the next day. We first went to the temple. Heckin checked in. We were like, can we come in now? And they were like, no. And we were like, okay. And so most of us ended up sleeping over at the temple. Not Lilia though. Lilia needed to get her buddy beauty sleep. And
She had
also
important shit to do, dude.
a date! A date!
So
A
important!
She's not late for a very important date. So she went home. And we ran into Sood at the temple, and we were like, oh my god, hey man. And he was like, hey. And we were like, you go get that girl. And he was like, okay. And he left.
Can I just briefly interrupt to say, whenever you say Sa'un, I'm always just imagining going, ooh, Sa'un. Every time I think of Sa'un's name, I hear ooh from Pepper.
Ew! Ew, she's getting with Sa'un! Ew! I'm not hitting on him though. He's just gorgeous and I need him to stand far away from me.
Uh-huh.
You are
So-
too gorgeous to cross this line.
Your visage is quite upset. So he met up with Lilia. They're on their merry way. Then Desmond and Lori went to go talk to Maurice. But Maurice wasn't there, but you know what was there? The motherfucking letter. So Desmond's like, well, that was easy with the notice of grabbing the letter in hand. Or what did they call that? A warrant? That was easy. They didn't even need the warrant. He gets the letter. They read the letter. Oh my god, there's stuff on the letter about Laura's legacy. And Maurice is gone. Maurice is gone to go and figure it out. We think. He is hashtag missing as far as we are concerned.
As far as Lori is concerned, Desmond's
As
really
far
not
as-
worried about it. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Desmond's like, nah, he's just out. He's on a walk. We'll see. And Pepper and Scarred are waiting, definitely very vigilantly, waiting for the damn temple to open up! Let me in! Let me in!
Screams Pepper.
Yes, she scream whispers it because apparently, according to Is, I'm too loud for the temple. So excuse me. Also, when Lily was going home last night, yo, Chad, I gotta give you the tea. When Lily was going home last
Where's no
night,
Chad?
But there is though when they're
Shh.
listening to it.
To
Shut the
me!
fuck up, God,
To me!
Jesus!
Put on
Hey,
me!
chat, put in the
So-
comments if you can hear Braden to prove Logan
Yeah.
wrong.
There you go, fucking got
Okay,
his ass.
Okay, chat. She's me for us. Okay. Lilia's
Fuck yeah.
walking home, right? And she sees no one else but frickin' Mintheris talking to Skarn's papa. And she was listening on that. And she was just like, oh, tell me about Skarnapoo. And learning all different things about our Skarnicus. So that's some good dish that Lily has yet to impart on Skarn.
I'm so excited.
But I felt like that was necessary, and some good chisme for you and I, Chad. Chisme.
You really handled that all on your own. Like, very few of us jumped in on that. It was just me and Anna.
I knew you had it.
Sorry,
Aw.
guys. My big throbbing brain muscle just so big and
Oh,
memorous.
it's just so thick. Look at the
So
girth
thick,
on that brain.
Oh, so
my
Good at
God.
memorizing.
Oh, it's throbbing.
And that's the recap. A bread recap.
Thanks
never
for
fit.
watching. Anyways,
Perfect.
It'll
fucking-
never fit.
I mean, I hope that's what she said. That's damn. Fuck you.
We
Alrighty.
can try.
Okie dokie. Alrighty. Then we're back into it. We are back at about 9 a.m. It is Monday, the 26th of November. It's a Monday. And it's a carnival day as well. Are you alright, my guys? It being 9 a.m., last time we split off basically with Lawrence and Desmond. I would like a general oversight at this point of what do we got? The three groups want to do right now.
Very good question.
So one of them, easy answer. You're dating. You're out on a date. You're doing carnival stuff. You're on a wagon. You're looking at clowns. You eating wagons. Eating clowns.
Eating wagon wheels on
Oh.
wagons.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Again, the Desmond Lawrence group. What are you guys doing?
Well, we split up, and I'm currently in my bed crying.
Right, you're in your
Yeah,
bed.
we ended off with me closing the door on them. I was heading back to the temple.
Okay.
I was gonna finish up there since Lords need to be there for that, so we can get that done and then pick them up on the way back to Mugrungs.
Okay. So, around 9, you return to the temple. One sec. Boom. You return to the temple. You find your way in to the main area of the temple, into the reception area, where a sleepy Skarn and a somewhat sleepy but pretty active Pepper both reside.
Come
You guys
on,
have the floor.
Let me in. Let me in. Please, I won't interrupt what they're doing, temple guards.
It should almost be done. You can go in whenever they tell us that they're finished.
Oh, all right.
Just sit back down. Wait
What if
for
I
a little
sit
bit
back?
longer.
What if I sit back down? I'm gonna fall asleep again.
Good.
And I just like flop in, like not into Scarred's lap, but like on the side of it. Like I imagine he's sitting like crisscross against a pillar, and she just kind of leans onto one of his legs. Like if I'm gonna fall asleep, Scarred, and I'm gonna miss all the secrets, and then I'm not gonna know anything again.
Sure.
We'll never learn.
Desmond! Desmond! You're back!
What I
Sans a-
do?
Sans Lori.
They're having a little guy moment.
Yeah, I've been there.
Hmm. Okay. Well, they say it's gonna open here in a minute. They're
Okay.
taking their time with it.
I sit down respectfully.
Oh.
I'm sorry if we weren't told how long the end of the ritual would take. It finishes at 9. We know that much. But We
It
have
was
no
back
idea what they.
now, right?
It should be. It should be around that time. Sun up should have happened, and yeah, it should be. Look,
The
look.
sun's in the sky.
Maybe there is auxiliary rituals that have to be performed once they get in. Maybe it's trapped. We were told to wait until they told us that things were
So
free.
I can't poke my head in to see like what part they're at.
We'd really like you not to.
Yeah, you'll get excited and make a pepper screech.
Oh, that's not. You don't know that 100%. You only know that a percentage.
Well,
I'm pretty
once-
sure you would.
You started with that star scar. I swear to God. Ugh. Flops down. Wait.
Normally we switch out with somebody after such a long shift. So we get it. We're pretty tired too.
You both have been up the whole night?
Of course we have. That's why we're here.
Wow.
Yep, night shift is a long one. Upside, basically nothing happens.
Usually
Downside,
these shifts
basically
are
nothing happens.
more during the day, and then at night, the clergy and Linnell here do some of this work for us. We're usually here to deal with the times when he sleeps, because bishops of Chankaragash sleep at very irregular periods during the day, the transitional hours. So normally we cover between those.
I see.
Pretty sure there's a general who does that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like every 4 or so hours, they have a little nap, and it's back to conquest.
Well, they nap every 4 hours and get up and...
Orlean.
Oh. That's wild.
Yep. No, they used to call him Nap Orleanin.
How do you guys feel about morning wine?
Huh?
Pour
It's
me
just
up
like
one.
was so almost asleep.
I'm
Huh?
gonna go,
Hmm?
they
What?
should have been done like 20 or 30 minutes ago at this point. I'm gonna sneak on by and go inside and find some wine inside the temple. Some of the stuff we normally take out for the congregation. I'll be back.
Morning wine. Morning wine.
He,
Morning wine.
that guard opens the door, sneaks in, closes it very quietly.
Oh God, they got morning wine.
I would like everybody here in this party, the three of you.
Okay, cool. So
You're asleep.
you said everybody
crying.
in the party. I'm crying.
You're
The
having
three
a
of you.
party, a pity party.
All of you roll me perception.
Logan, is this a sound-based one?
Yes, it is explicitly sound-based, so you can use your big old fox ears.
7.
I'm.
A rocket
Dishes engage. My radio dish ears move.
No.
Oh,
Seven.
a 7. Oh.
You. Way to go, guys.
Damn.
I'm asleep.
I get
gang.
really sleepy when I'm on the floor.
You just keep saying wine to yourself over and over
Scarn.
again. You okay?
Y'all did it.
Mm,
A lot of the ceiling here is made of like interchanging like bluish stained glass windows that allow light to come in from up above.
Uh-huh.
You swear that you see like just a shadow. Not big, just like a mild darkening and then rebrightening of the light up above. As you lay on the ground and stare up, you see just something move over top, and you just hear the sound of something. Just the most nebulous whoosh in your life, because you do not hear it clearly. A sound that sounds like a baseball passing by your ear, except maybe 100 feet away.
Ow.
I don't know.
I'm
Huh.
fine. Ow.
This would be would I akin this to maybe a large bird flying above?
You might, except yes, you would.
We are underground.
Yes, although there
But
are some
there's
birds and
Owen
bats and stuff that do
Temple.
come down.
Yeah,
like
of
here,
course,
because these things are like 100 feet to the like fucking pits sometimes. So like, there's lots of room. But whatever it is, so yeah, it's like the distant sound of like if a hang glider went over top of you.
Yeah. Huh. You guys hear that?
You guys are so warm. How
Hear
are you
what?
guys so warm?
I guess no is the answer.
I guess not. I heard a slight whoosh.
Huh?
A little bit of a darkening. Not sure what that means, but hey, keeping my ears open and my eyes on now. Wake up. Because, seems like my perception was checked by some godlike creature. I don't know.
It's like in Baldur's Gate when you walk by something and every character in your party makes a perception check
Fail.
and they all fail, and you're like, fucking.
Side eyes.
Well, what am I supposed to do about that? Go back to camp, grab someone else, go back. They make the check.
Well, all right.
I wonder what that could have been.
Not sure, but hey.
Pepper.
No. Mm-hmm.
As you fade in and out, and all of you find yourself waiting again for another 10, 15 minutes.
My head just keeps like knocking into Skarn's knee and then shooting back up.
You, with your acute fox ears, you hear the distant sound of rapid footfalls from deep inside the temple. You then hear the hasty grabbing of the stone door as it's pulled open, and the guard that went to get wine quickly yanks it open and looks to the other one, yells at, "Quickly come inside!" And he takes back off without saying anything, and the other temple guard, the woman that was there, turns, looks to all of you, moment of confusion, and then takes off after him. You hear them
Well, come
run.
on, y'all. Let's hop up to it. I'm
Well,
following
time to
them.
move.
The moment that Pepper heard running, she would have already jumped to her feet, like suddenly awake.
Seems
And,
like
like-
something's going on.
Ah!
Skarn moves still lethargically because it doesn't take that much to meet everybody else's speed.
Joke's on you, I'm fucks as fast, boy.
The guards get quite a bit of distance on you in that moment where they take off, but as you rush in and follow off behind them, the first thing that catches your attention as you come inside is you see a member of the congregation leaned up against the wall, one of the hallway walls, as if they had been trying to flee or run from the central garden. And they appear to have a very large wound carved through their back, and there is a puddle of blood under them as you see that past them, there are streaks of red and blood on the walls that immediately, just grotesquely, paint the inside of the halls, moving forward in toward the inside of the temple.
What the hell?
Oh,
Y'all been
shit.
attacked? What's going on?
They're dead.
Yeah,
Oh!
they're dead.
I
We should keep moving. We gotta keep following. Speed up.
Yep.
Matching
Sorry,
their pace.
I realized. Yes.
As you
Urgency
rush,
has begun.
as you with the guards rush forward, and as the group quickly descends into the center, you see the field of flowers, the garden that is at the center of the Temple of Chankaragash, which normally is filled with all sorts of bluish and white flowers. The sanctity of this place, the cleanliness of this place has been tainted by blood that is now coating everything, as you see the other dozen or so members of the congregation lying in different states, all dead, some cut by a blade, some seemingly ripped apart. As you look down, you see chunks of the ground have been dug up as if large claws pulled at the ground. And you see that where the statue was, It appears to have, the statue of Chankaragash, it appears to have shifted back on the ground, exposing a pathway down underground. Among these bodies, you do not see Linnell.
Shit.
The temple guards look to this. The male one that you had talked to quickly looks around. They put their hand over their face very briefly. The female one just points to him. Take stock of who's here. I'm going underground to find out what happened. And they take off and they run forward down the set of stairs. They seem to be ignoring that you're all there at this point. They seem stuck in the fact. You're gonna what?
Yep. It's we're a non-issue.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll follow. Linnell could be in danger.
Mm-hmm.
Pursuit.
I feel like we should send something back to signify to others, but I don't think we have that time.
Do I have Tabasco?
You could produce Tabasco.
I produce Tabasco.
Whoa!
All right, you produce Tabasco.
Tabasco, let Lawrence and Lilia know that we've done got ourselves in some trouble. There's some trouble at the temple.
Is there a better way for us to let this guy know? Because I don't think the two of them will know how to speak dragon.
Aside from that, well, they speak in thoughts. But aside from that, Lawrence is 20 minutes away, assuming there and back. And if Lily is in Lowtown, that's an hour and a half at minimum.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we should definitely take action now, but just to let them know that something's gone down, you know?
He could look for them, but I think the secondary thing is, I don't think you've been to Laurie's house. I don't think Tabasco knows exactly where Lily lives.
That's true.
A fair point I did not consider before.
Low Market's small.
Pepper has been to Laurie's house. You talking?
Oh, yeah, right. No, we've been out back.
Yeah, we've been out back.
Yeah, so you would know the
you're right.
place.
I mean, it's up to you guys. We should spend our time doing what we think is going
Worth
to
a shot,
yield
and
the
it keeps
best
Tabasco out of harm's way.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
No matter, I'm going down there as soon as possible.
I feel the sentiment. I'm the same way. All right. Fly! And I throw Tabasco into the air.
Yeet.
Tabasco.
Similar to how you toss a carrier pigeon.
Oh, Tabasco. I was going to say, curls itself kind of into a ball. You throw it up, and it just pops itself fully into, full wingspan as soon as it's as high up as your throw is going to take it. So to be clear, it's heading for Lawrence?
Yes.
Okay. It heads for Lawrence. That will put it outside your range to be able to share perception with it and whatnot, as long as you're...
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It heads off. It immediately goes there, and you guys head down beyond this Kubrickian murder spree that you see before you. You guys are going to head down into the underground area that's been opened up.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. As you
Into
rush
the
down,
heart, or
you
the
head
stomach.
down a flight of stairs that takes you down this pretty wide flight of stairs. It becomes apparent that when the statue pushed back, it seems like it also took about 10 straight feet of ground with it and shifted back with it. This 10-foot wide set of stairs descends about 20, 30 feet, and then passes through a large archway through which you follow, very briefly, a narrow corridor through which you see that there are bloody finger streaks along the wall, as if someone had pulled themselves along it. There are footprints and drops of blood that are shifting and moving in the direction of down there. As you pass by, you see Linnell's crescent moon staff has been discarded halfway through this corridor underground, and you see that the handle of it is covered in what look like bloody handprints. And as you proceed forward, you come just to the end and you see the guard that rushed down, the female guard, who appears to be tending to what you now see to be the body of Linnell, who is slumped down on the wall. You cannot tell if they're breathing. What you can see is that among several wounds that look like they were intentionally aiming for places that would not prove to be lethal, like their arms, shoulders, legs, they have various large wounds on those. They also have, through part of their chest, through side of their chest, They have what appears to be this massive red twin blade that looks almost like each side is the side of a great sword, shoved through them, piercing them into the wall. They appear to have collapsed here, as if struck through by someone and pierced here, after being knocked down into the position that they're in.
Holy hell.
I'll run over and try and help check and see if they're still alive.
Roll me medicine.
Medicine.
Any attempt at helping on that?
8.
Gonna say.
If you're helping, then Desmond, roll it again. We'll see you had advantage.
Roger that.
Either that or do me because I have a +5.
Oh,
Ooh!
Well, that works also.
we'll have kept that 20.
That's a 20.
So, Linnell appears to be alive. He's unconscious, but he is holding on by a strand. This wound, this greatsword piercing through his body, well, not greatsword, this twin blade piercing through his body seems to have just missed anything strictly vital. But you see there is blood coming down out the side of his mouth. He seems to have a gash over one eye. He is bleeding. There is a still expanding puddle of blood. And yes, that's the main thing you notice as well once you're in here. All of this looks like it happened sometime within the last maybe 10 minutes. Everything is fresh. He is still bleeding out in front of you.
We need to get this out. We need to close the wound fast. Do either of you have healing magic available to you right now?
No.
I've got one, but they need to be conscious.
I've got potion.
A potion will do if you got it.
Yep, I would produce my potion of greater healing.
The temple knight puts a hand up very briefly to you as you're coming close to them. And there's like, just 1 second. I need to see if this is just going to go back to being the way, as bad as it looks as soon as you heal them. Normally, we would ask somebody else in the congregation to perform healing magic for something like this, but they look them over. You see them take their hand and put it on the twin blade, and they begin trying to remove it from Linnell's body, and you see just a brief escape reflexively from Linnell. He looks over to Skarn. Could you, I need you to put pressure on the side of their body as this comes out, otherwise they're just gonna go back to being hurt.
Got it.
Pepper, you get the potion ready once they get the sword out.
Is that a normal
Sure,
potion or
sure.
a greater potion?
No, it's a greater. It's a greater
Okay, cool,
one.
cool.
Okay, so I need
Sure.
I need a medicine check or nature check from Skarn as you do this. Except I want you to change it to be dexterity based.
I'll do my best to help where I can.
And
with
they will aid you, so you'll have advantage. But so the way that you change that is just go where it says wisdom beside it.
Uh-huh.
Just change that until it says dex.
And you said medicine?
Medicine.
All right, cool.
I think that makes it better for you, actually, doesn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Roll that with advantage.
Oh, with advantage. That is okay. Hey,
Slay. Come on, Skarn.
Fuck him up, boy.
Haha, I fucked it up. 14.
It's
It's
not
not
bad.
bad. Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. And then whenever you're healing them, I would like you to roll me the healing for the potion of greater healing. As they pull it out, you see that there's quite a bit of damage. You see that several of their ribs have been pierced and broken outright. It is a grotesque wound, to say the least. And you also notice as you pull it out that the area around it seems to have been rotted, as though through necrotic energy slightly. As you please roll me the healing potion, the potion of greater healing, the potion of greater healing that heals, the potion that heals. Roll that for me.
Yep.
Potion of healing. Potion for Linnell.
Potion of healing.
Potion to heal Linnell to stop Linnell from dying. That potion?
Linnell's
All
potion.
right.
Linnell's potion.
That was a good heal.
Wow, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That was almost all fours.
God damn.
As
That's
as
Raleigh
Skarn makes
couldn't
sure
have been here.
As Skarn makes sure
Yeah!
that the wound remains relatively closed as the blade comes out, there is a lot of blood that comes out, that gushes from their body regardless. As you pull it out, it clatters to the ground as you open their mouth, pour the potion down their throat. They Oh, sorry.
come on.
They reflexively drink it,
Come on.
and though they do not regain consciousness, they do not seem to immediately get worse, as you might expect they would if that was removed.
Can I like dress the wound? Just rip some cloth? Please?
Absolutely. Roll me another change it back to wisdom. Roll me another medicine check just to see how well you do with that, because this is a serious, really serious wound. It's taking a lot. Beat a 10.
20.
Oh my goodness!
Holy shit!
Skarn,
25.
you give them your full undivided attention as you roll that nat 20.
Oh, how lucky they are.
Heckin', as you sit there, you dress the wound. You pay very careful attention not to move or shift the damaged ribs. Linnell does reflexively, without waking up. They do let out some groans of pain as you're doing this. But every time they do, you know what's going on. You understand the body. You manage to dress it and heal it in such a way that it appears that though physically traumatized, Linnell seems to have been stabilized.
Perfect.
It's like 28 years of dojo practice came in handy.
Hey, I know how to dress a wound after a fight.
That was incredible. Wow. Good job, Scar.
Hey, I'm just trying to keep this guy alive.
I wouldn't have known what to do.
More importantly, what the hell is going on?
As this is happening, Desmond, since you were the least involved with that effort just now, your eyes, they run across the area. You notice there's a source of light coming from just beyond the art, like this minor corridor that you're in. And you see there's a large circular chamber that appears to have ornate shelving and such lining the sides of it, like an old storage chamber. It almost feels like an old wizard's study, almost. In the center of it, there is a single full moonlight orb that is casting light into this room, which is shedding light just beyond the room into where you are. You see there are all sorts of scrolls, all laid out in these individual scroll cubbies that line the area. There are old murals and what look like old instructions written in various languages coating the walls inside. And you see that at the very center of the room, there is what appears to be this large upright stone and glass container in which there is an armored body of what appears to be perhaps an elf from times long since past that has effectively mummified and their physical features are gone, but there is an elf standing upright, suspended in place by some armor that is hardened around them, some string that kind of pulls them into place inside of what amounts to a glass coffin, and their hands are together in front of them as though holding something that would be maybe a staff. But on that side, unceremoniously, this glass coffin has been shattered and broken, leaving a huge, disrespectful gash in it. And you see that the hands that are mummified in a position where they may have been clasped together holding something straight and narrow in front of them, the mummified hands have been torn off the body, and you can see them discarded near it. You see what look like more bloody fingerprints that have drifted around the room as though someone ran their bloody hands across things in this room deliberately. And you see footsteps, small shoe prints of blood that almost give the indication that someone gleefully danced around this room briefly.
Seems like Logan's most psychopathic NPC was here.
Who's to say?
Damn.
Who could that
Psychopath.
be?
There doesn't seem to be anything out of that sticks out. A lot of the other stuff was just in like niches and stuff on the wall, right?
A lot of it seems to be niches, these wooden cross-hatch sort of scroll case containers that you see like dozens of them lining the walls. Roll me investigation real quick.
Investigate so good.
Will you?
Hey, what are you looking at?
Everything in there.
I'm zoning out a lot today.
The room was made for regular-sized people. As you look around, you don't see anything necessarily out of place. Everything is in slight disarray as blood has been scattered gleefully around the room, and it seems like some of these scrolls were removed, opened, and cast to the side. Most of the writing you see in them is either in Elvish, or it is in like an old common that you can still read. As you move about the room, though, you rolled a 2, unfortunately.
Yep. I don't get anything. That blade that was in Linnell, is that the same one that she was using when we last saw her underground?
Roll me a wisdom check.
Ooh.
Wisdom check. That's 9.
You try your best to remember, considering that it might have been her. You try to recall what weapon she may have had on hand. But as you close your eyes and you focus and you try to remember back to the Hattisland woman who was in the ritual chamber, for some reason when you focus on it, you instead see the vision of not her there in your memory, but you see a nondescript, ghostly white woman with flowing black hair in her place, in your memories. And then you find that your head hurts thinking about it.
Oh, fuck. We need to check on Wintheris. She should have been followed. But I think this might have been her, right? Just kind of try and shake that off.
Is there any chance I can start going through the room very systematically and digging through stuff and seeing if there's like
Roll me investigation.
any clue? Okay. All right. Okay, Pepper. Here we
Let's go,
go.
Lee.
An 11.
So, without taking proper time to like individually look at a lot of these scrolls, which you really just do not have time to do, it's not like they're
Yeah.
labeled. You'd have to read a lot of them to really understand the breadth of what they're explaining. But as you look
Right.
through them, as you look around, you do come to one of those large cross-hatched wooden storage units for shelves, and you notice that among the mild disarray that the room is in, one has a very specific piece of damage in that it looks like one set of scrolls where there was a piece of shelving where there's 3 slots specifically, that 3 scrolls have been removed, and it looks like the shelving unit they're on was sliced in half, as part of it remains on the ground, but as you look to it, you see that it was not sliced by a blade. There is a slight charred texture to the inside of where it was damaged, as though something so insanely hot that it could cut like a
Whoa.
blade with heat
Whoa,
had cut it.
whoa. She had a dragon she was riding on.
She had a skull dragon, yes. Which you guys, which does necrotic stuff. Also, I will say, it does occur to you getting a dragon. This, first of all, this cut is very clean. It is like blade thin.
Oh. But
Yeah.
it's charred.
It is charred, as though though you don't know what a lightsaber is, as though a lightsaber had cut it. It is that precise and hot. Like, it didn't ignite it, it just burned through it instantly.
Looking back at the empty case and the elven figure, they have no notable traits because of how like raisin-like they are.
They appear to
does
be
it-
wearing silver, relatively resplendent silver armor that has various like ornamental moon designs upon it. But
There's no
be-
like inscribing. Sorry, I'll let you.
it
tell me
does
what's-
not seem to be on that, no. Or if there was,
Okay.
it was on the part that was destroyed.
Mm. Damn it, she got here before us! All these people. Their lives snuffed out for no reason than to keep things from our prying eyes.
They needed it as much as we did. just hope our watch detail is okay. Assuming there aren't, unit this time. Entirely possible. Well, there's nothing for us here right now.
Suppose not.
Temple
Getting a
Knight.
dragon out. Us running in here and looking at all this would have taken a few minutes.
Yep, I'd say
Assuming they were
probably about 10 to
flying.
15 minutes with a couple of investigations you did.
Yeah. Assuming they were flying, they would have gotten into the tunnels. They could be out of the underloft pit by now, assuming they took the south exit.
At that moment, Skarn, as Desmond, as you guys kind of muse the possibility, the swoosh that you heard comes to mind.
Yep.
And you guys can quickly track that if that was them showing up or if that was them leaving, then they would have had maybe about a half an hour on you guys by this point.
Well, I certainly can't track him. I don't know about your guys' skills on that, but I'm about nil.
A bit about tracking undead, but
I can't track
Not-
anything
not in the-
myself that I know of.
not on the back of a dragon. There's nothing to track when you're flying.
You see the temple guard that is tending to Linnell just looks over to you guys. Looks like you've done a pretty good job stabilizing him, but I'm really frightened that if we try to move him right now, it's going to cause his wounds to reopen again. Is it possible that you could inform someone of all this? Talk to the Undertow?
Yeah, we'll get to Underloft HQ. It's the closest one.
I think Saun left earlier, so he should probably be okay. Oh,
I
Linnell.
think he's probably the safest.
Cut to him on a wagon with a giant capybara.
Nice.
Yeah.
I will, I'll bolt for Underloft HQ.
Okay. You take off the rest of you as he heads to which one? Which one are you heading towards? Are you going to head toward the Underloft one, or are you heading up to downtown?
Downtown's like double the distance, isn't it?
Yes, effectively.
Yeah, I'd go to the closest one first to get just anyone we can there. Because we can send people to inform everyone else once we have first responders. But if it's just about securing the area, maybe like as much as everyone seems pretty dead, if there is a chance to save anyone, if I go to downtown, they're gonna die. So Desmond's gonna bolt for Underloft HQ.
The other two of you, what do you do?
I personally think this is probably a horrible time for Lori to be alone and not accounted for,
What?
Mhm.
How much mean?
especially with big scary murder death lady running around. So I am gonna start running to collect child. You don't have to come with me, Skarn. If you
Oh
don't-
no,
if-
I have another. I'm going
Yeah,
to go
you got-
inform
yeah.
the happy couple that's going to hate me for this, but hey yo, shit's going down. I'm sorry.
You'd be going the same direction as Pepper then, anyways.
Uh-huh.
Well, that depends, because they're in Lowtown. So
Oh,
to
town? Actually, yeah, it might be faster if you came my way. You'd have to go through the tangled tunnels, but even then, it still might be quicker.
I mean, either way, whichever way is quicker.
Okay,
Get up there.
so if we assume that, okay, so Pepper is heading to go to Lawrence's house to get Lawrence. The other two of you are heading by way of Underloft Pit, then splitting up, and you're heading up to Lowtown?
Yeah.
Okay. In order of operations, then, as you do that, And Anna, you be off in your daydream for a minute. You're having a good time.
It's okay.
You got another solid hour before any of them can get to you and tell you
Just
about
having
what's
all this
going
stuff
on.
happen. It's like nothing bad could ever ruin this day.
Oh God.
You all hear Scarred, Lilia!
Heckin'. All right. As you guys head down towards Underloft Pit, Pepper, you jump up and you begin heading towards Low Market. You could probably like pop into fox form and move faster to get there, especially.
Yeah, I 1000% would have ducked in somewhere, shifted forms. And I'm
Lawrence.
4
Yeah, man.
foot booking it.
Relatively soon, a little bit before Pepper shows up, you remain in your bed. You would hear a vigorous scratching sound, scratching at the shutters to your house, at your window. And you would just hear this.
I know those throaty sounds. It's the little guy that doesn't like me. Are you coming to my home to get me now?
Your shutters, they buckle, and then they buckle, and then they burst open as the tiny pseudo dragon chucks itself into the room with a triumphant just head back, just.
Hey, bud. Is Pepper nearby?
It gets all of its limbs extend to maximum pointiness. Its tail becomes perfectly straight, and it just goes as it vibrates on the windowsill as it tries to communicate with you.
It's as
I
eloquent
don't-
as its master, too.
I don't know what you're saying. It's terrible when you stutter.
Telepathically receive like the impressions of danger and urgency.
Should I go somewhere? Like, what do you want? What is this? What are you doing? I wish I could understand you. Lead me to where you want me to go. And I'm gonna follow the dragon.
All right, you pop up out of bed. You begin moving. You grab your stuff. It flies forward, and I would say that about halfway through the tunnels, you would see the fox form of Pepper running up on you as you begin running, as Tabasco leads you towards the Temple of the Moon Rabbit. Pepper, you see them coming from the other way, led by Tabasco.
Oh my God! I don't need another thing yelling at me that I don't understand. Oh my God! Pepper, Pepper, please. Okay.
I
Oh.
run up. I scamper. I bite into Lawrence's pant leg. Like,
Oh.
not his leg, but his
You're
pant.
like pulling
and
my pants. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
the-
All right. Easy, girl.
to
I'm
like
coming.
a-
Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God.
I just want you to know, if you've ever seen Princess Tutu and you've ever seen the blooper reel, I can't remember the name of the actress, but she had to play the duck and she had to just do a bunch of quacking, and at the end she was like, "Oh, God bless America."
It's the vibe we're getting right now.
God bless you.
Beautiful. Okay, I'm coming. Okay.
The moment that we're like in a dark alleyway.
You're in the middle of a dark cave with nobody around, like a hundred.
Everyone's in Lowtown today. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Okay, cool.
especially around here.
Lori, some
Hi, Pepper.
bad's happened at the temple.
What's fucking new, dude?
Well, I don't. Right. Well, listen here, dude.
So real.
A lot of people are dead, dude. Linnell's fine, and Soon is fine.
Okay. I mean, according to Lilia, so Un's fine. Yeah. Anyway,
People are dead.
yeah, I use humor to deflect when I'm incredibly sad, and a lot's happening. Okay, tell me more
Tabasco
things.
flies up to your face and gives you just an open palm dragon slap to the cheek. Just
Oh!
Hey!
What the hell?
That's the first time he's done it to someone other than me, did.
Ow!
That's beside
What did I do?
I think he was trying to snap you out of it, but that's all right. You stop. That is my friend. All right, but the point of the matter is that Moonthorus got there before we done did.
Okay.
And the whole place has been ransacked and pilfered.
Okay.
Moonthorus is nowhere to be found, and we reckon she's got her big old death dragon with her. So we're capital F fucked right now.
Oh.
So I need you to go on and get and come with me so that we can match up with the others and figure this all out.
Okay. Sure.
And I start looking Lawrence over, tippy toes to like look at the top of his head and be like, "Are you in one piece?" Okay.
Just like kind of blankly staring forward. Yeah, I'm fine.
Tabasco opens their claw into an open palm.
I grab the open palm.
What am I doing? How am I pissing you off?
You are. Listen, Lori, it's just the thing that, like, I'm like grappling my dragon.
You're joking.
We release pheromones, and you give a lot of prey energy, big prey energy.
What?
Don't worry about it. You're gonna
prey
grow out of it. It's just he's that age where he thinks he can take on prey that he's not supposed to.
But I'm totally an alpha.
And so you gotta say Uncle Tabasco.
Spencer's been silent this entire time and then heard me say I was an alpha and laughed.
Do you yield, Tabasco? I'm reaching out mentally. Okay, I release. I give him kisses.
Okay, can we just go to the temple?
Yes.
I'm gonna like hold up my hand, but like not look at you. I'm like ashamed that I want you to hold my hand.
Friggin' take it and
Okay, let's go.
grab it and like take you along. Give you a tight squeeze of the hand.
So you guys head back to the temple. What are you doing there? Because you know that the others they went to the
No, we wouldn't be going.
Underloft
We
pit.
wouldn't be. Yeah, we wouldn't be going back to the temple. I'd be like, no, that's no, that's stupid, Lord. It's all right. You
What?
didn't know.
I thought that's where the problem was.
It's where the problem is, but that's not where we're gonna reconvene. I reckon.
Okay, where are we going?
You know that from where you are, the
Hey.
nearest place that Lilia's at Mungrung's. Heckin'
Skarn's gonna be
Desmond went to the Undertown Underloft HQ, which is in the Underloft pit, and Skarn went the same way and is gonna loop back up to Lilia.
Yeah, I feel
We
like
should-
that's where.
Are we
Sorry,
gonna
go
like? Are we gonna interrupt Lilia's date? And she's gonna hit me harder than your dragon did if we do that.
Some things have to happen. I'll
Yeah.
take the brunt.
Hey, hey, you're not here.
You're not here. Get out of here.
And
Oh,
look,
this-
Skarn's gonna get there first, and
brain.
he's
My
gonna
inner
confront.
Skarn says that he'll take the beating for me.
Oh no, yes, he has gone there first. That's why I feel comfortable heading over there. He's gonna
Okay.
get there well before we do, and he's gonna get his 10, and then well before we get there, it's just gonna be all tuckered out from that, and looking for Moonthorus for that part, because I bet you that Lily wants to smack that bitch harder than anyone.
Oh my god. Okay.
So come on.
Okay. Hey, while we're walking, do you want to see this letter that my mom left?
Yeah.
Here you go.
You want me to read
just-
that?
Yeah, you can read it. It's just so you know what I'm dealing with.
Okay.
Here you go.
Reading this letter's not going to change nothing or whatever, but sure, let me get my
I'd say,
reading.
Yeah.
I'd say with the going up and then going back
Oh.
down, you would get to the Underloft pit at about 10:30.
Cool.
Okay,
Let
so
me
you
get
guys
my
head that way.
readers on. Yes, I'm reading the letter.
Okay. Lilia!
I put it in the Gilligan chat. Oh, it's in there. Yeah.
So Lilia,
Yeah.
you guys are on a wagon with a giant capybara pulling you along. Festivities going on around you. There are all sorts of performers doing all sorts of acrobatic feats. There are wonderful smells of food in the air. As you have a good time, you see that The So'un seems to also be loosening up quite a bit. While you're with them, you've noticed that their habit does seem to be that they don't approach things very much whenever you're there, but you drag them along and they seem to be getting up close to stuff and having fun. They have a couple casual conversations with other people while they're there, which they seem awkward about, but they seem to enjoy. Is there anything in particular that you want to do while you're having a good time in the middle of the town, not knowing anything else that's happening in the town?
I wanted to keep an eye out for anything that looks remotely like Sisketty.
Okay. Roll me perception or investigation. It's totally your choice.
Oh man, I'm gonna choose the one that isn't a -3.
You're like, I'm gonna find some spaghetti on a stick. Cut to a
I'm
fucking
gonna do it!
murder hallway.
Fuck, I've rolled a 6 for an 11.
You know what? He's looking too. Roll with advantage.
Oh hell!
Oh, a king gives his queen advantage, of course.
Oh.
And does
Three
murder
Wow.
for it.
Wow.
So,
He doesn't know what he's looking for.
as you're looking around,
Oh,
you don't
man.
immediately
Oh,
find
yeah.
it, but you do find some other wonderful treats.
Like
You-
something on a stick, right?
You find
Everything here is on a stick.
everything here's on a stick. You find people selling sugar clouds, which are these puffs of sugar that are woven into a cloud-like shape. We may have another word for that, but it's called a sugar cloud here that is put onto it. You find frappes, these crumbly pastries. There seems to be a lot of bakers have come out and set up shop outside. You find castagnole alla sermonia, which are basically just fried dough balls around the area. That's 100% what they are. They are fried dough balls that have sugar on them. That's the long and short
It's
of it.
like funnel cake, but round.
It's
Fuck
totally.
yeah.
She's gonna ask the freaking person driving the cart.
Is there a Sisketty cart here?
A Sasketty cart? Of course there is. Sasketty is a delicacy that's from a faraway land. Mungron found that several years ago and has made certain that there would be Sasketty at all of these performances.
Can you take us to the stand with the Sisketty? We have a man here that came from so far away that has never tried one.
And she just leans on Saun like he's just poor,
It's
freaking
true.
neglected man.
I came to this place a long time ago, but I showed up on the wrong part of the continent to enjoy
He
Sasketty. so
dreams of
I
the
do.
day, of the day fresh Sisketty touches his lips.
I had
Don't deny him.
I had some friends who told me without really telling me that it was really good, and I want to know.
One's so dramatic, the other one's like, yeah, I heard it was pretty good.
It's good.
The other one, meanwhile, is being like so dramatic, freaking Shakespearean, clutching to his clothes and looking at him like a Victorian painting in agony.
As soon as we move by it, I'll be happy to point it out for you. Unfortunately, we cannot, given the size of our wonderful mount pulling us along, I am unable to change our course beyond the larger roadways. Give me maybe 5 minutes, we'll be there?
Oh, 5 minutes will be just
Aye.
fine.
The tiny, enthusiastic goblin that is pulling this thing along gives you like a big thumbs up. You do see.
I'ma get you, Sisketty.
I'm gonna get you so scared. We're cooking us something up.
God damn it.
I can't wait for him to
As
try
soon as
this
you
and
talked
it's
about
just
the
like,
donut stand having a very Italian-sounding thing, I was like, it's hilarious to me that the donut guy is very Italian, and then she said he's gonna be like, yeah, we're from up in like,
Yeah,
Grey
girl.
Rock.
Oh,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
this,
pretty good.
Just in this a year, we actually brought on another delicacy. 1 second. Hey! Adonesi! Asamosaruga! Ah! And this other person throws up to this person, like, this basket that he catches. This is a thing that Mungron found only recently. It's filled with, it's not to everybody's taste, but perhaps you'll enjoy it as he slides the basket kind of down the back of the capybara, and it sort of falls by you, and So'un reaches out and, like, catches it as if it's gonna fall. Opening it, you see it seems to be filled with these fried mushrooms that seem to be powdered with some sort of very light, slightly luminous powder.
the twitchy bunny nose gets even twitchy bunnier.
That is a mesharuka. It is something that was co-opted and made here, very special. It is fried mushrooms that are powdered with, and he points toward the sky, moonroot that is taken from up there.
What are with moonroot?
the roots that allow us to have light down here in the pits.
Yeah, I didn't know you could eat it.
Neither did we.
Oh my god.
Who looked at a light source and said, ow?
Carney's.
Well,
Carney's did.
what did they say about Mungron? He's mad.
He'll fucking eat it.
There's just the wanting to ravage whatever this is, but then remembering that she's having a date and she's just like,
Would you like one?
Someone like has already reached and like picked one up and like 1 second. I'm rolling insight for So'un. It's a game of many tones today. Oh,
The
they're
B
not very
plot's
good.
just a little fucking delightful.
They reach down, they pick
time.
up, so they pick up one of the mushrooms. They're all pretty tiny. They seem to have chosen very small mushrooms. It like looks toward it and like looks toward you and like kind of awkwardly offers one over toward you.
You're not gonna try one first? Or are your lips solely for the embrace of Sisketi?
I can eat one. If you want me to eat one first, I can eat one. I just thought that you might want one.
How about,
and she just grabs one.
on the count of 3, we eat one together?
Oh, okay.
3, 2, 1. Ow!
I'm gonna make Soon roll a dexterity check.
Oh yeah? What?
Is it so hard to put something in your fucking mouth?
Oh my god, buddy! He rolls an 8. So as they do that, and as you like, so a question: what are you doing? What are you doing with one you take out?
The one she's putting it in her mouth because I'm assuming he's feeding himself.
Y'all ain't trying to like.
I wasn't assuming that.
Yeah.
So
I
what
thought
was
y'all
going
really
on in
did
my
tramp it.
brain doesn't
Yeah.
happen.
Oh no!
He very so good. He gets to avoid at least being fucking stupid awkward in one way. He takes one out and he eats it, and you see him go through a mild journey. As he like initially there's like a crunch to it. There's
That's great.
It's different.
Different.
A lot
That's a
of
really
the-
nice way of saying not up to your taste.
It's kind of like we used to have some goods that were imported from the northeastern sections of Cahulas back where I used to live, like pastries and such, and it kind of reminds me of those. Where I lived, it was all the food was kind of hearty.
Cool. So is this
Yeah.
bland? So is this really hearty?
This is like sweet and like oily, like a good
Oh.
way.
I mean, it is fried.
Yeah, I've not had much fried food.
You don't want to make a habit of eating it though.
That hadn't. He like looks at. This is gonna sound weird.
Huh?
That hadn't really been invented yet.
Hmm?
How to fry food.
Over in Kahula?
Yeah, in Cahulas.
Or like in general?
In general.
I mean, you did tell me the other day that you're old. Oh,
I'm really old.
yeah, you are. That's what you say.
So of course you'd probably be from around the time before they decided to stick things in hot oil. It always makes sense, right?
Whenever they got around to doing it, it made a lot of sense. Up until they started doing it. Foreign concept. But no, this is really good. Why mushrooms? Is it just because
Why
there's a
not
lot of mushrooms here?
Why not mushroom?
Do you like mushrooms?
I love mushroom.
They eat another one.
There's tons of mushrooms. There's mushrooms that, they're like little stubby ones that are like really good in stews. There's these weird long ones that are really good in broths and with noodles.
Stu mentioned, let's go.
Hell yeah.
And then there's these really big ones that you can stuff with cheese.
Well, you can put cheese in. I suppose that makes sense. Back where I used to live, there weren't a whole lot of mushrooms.
No?
No, our tastes were a lot more like, a lot of rice and meat.
Oh. What about fish?
Yeah, we had, we did for a while, and then after some stuff happened, we didn't really like to go near the water, so we stopped fishing.
Oh.
Because the water got
There's
not good.
some mushrooms that you need a lot of water to be around, and they're really good with meat.
They're back before things got weird where I lived. There actually was this place it was like this big spire riddled with caves. I think there was mushrooms in there, but this grumpy old man moved in, and so we stopped going there.
Oh. You can't let him hug all the mushrooms.
Yeah, well, there wasn't much telling him what to do.
Do you think he'd still be there if we ever went back?
I don't think he'd be there.
Then we can reclaim it.
That guy was older than I was, though. Eats a mushroom.
Cut to a wagon chase somewhere in the distance. You'll never take me alive, you sons of bitches.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was a weird man and his weird dog.
Oh. What was weird about the dog?
It was not a dog.
Why are you calling it a weird dog if it's not a dog?
It acted like a dog, and he treated it like a dog. But it was a T-Rex.
What's that?
It's a dinosaur.
Oh. What's a dinosaur?
Oh yeah, there's not as many. It's like a big lizard. Okay, imagine if you took a chicken and then you like scaled it up and then changed all of its features to be like a giant crocodile.
That's...
Make it like, imagine an elephant and make it that big.
So take a chicken, make it as big as an elephant, make it not a chicken anymore, and make it a crocodile.
Yes, an elephant-sized, chicken-shaped crocodile. And that's a dinosaur. Eats a mushroom.
Just pulls out her notebook. Elephant-sized, chicken-shaped
Oh, yeah.
crocodile.
There's the session
Okay.
title.
There it is. Yep, fucking did it.
That's way too many fucking words for a
How
goddamn-
dare you? That's
Just
perfect.
chicken-shaped, just chicken-shaped crocodile. No
Coward!
context.
Coward!
Okay, I'm gonna see what I can come up with that prompt.
Closes the book.
The Saskatty stand is
Yes,
coming
yes,
up very
yes.
soon. If you want to hop off and get it, you're going to have to do it about now. Also, just to establish time, it's coming up on, 11? If you want to
Also
make
about to
Mongrung's Madness, you're going to have to go and get your seat soon.
How good at you at jumping, so
Huh?
we gotta get off right now. Right now, we're gonna miss a sketty and we're never gonna
We
see
need-
it again.
Oh, is it urgent?
Yeah, get up.
They, like, scoop you up. They, like, stand with, like, odd strength, and they
Oh.
sort of just jump off of the wagon with, like, oddly floaty dexterity. Like that?
Yeah. Yeah, like that. Yeah, like... yeah, like that.
What did
Yeah,
I
like
do?
that. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's great. It's fine. It's great. Do that more. Anywho, let's go get
Oh my
the
God.
sketty.
It's
that way. That way.
Gonna cut away from you guys, who I've now established are at about 11 o'clock.
Yes.
Skarn and Desmond.
Discarn.
you guys enter into the Underloft pit, and I'd like both of you to roll me perception again, but I have a request regarding this perception roll. Unlike all of the other rolls you've done today, I'd like you to do well.
Listen,
Can
we're,
you do
we're vaguely
that for
following
me?
a Hadisland to the Underloft pit. That means we will roll badly, but I will roll good just because you asked.
Thank you.
Aww.
All right, perception.
Mm-hmm.
I lied.
Scarn, I need one
It's
from you too.
above a 10. Come on. Come on, Justice. Come on. You fucking got this, baby.
Justice,
Yes.
I need you to roll me perception.
Come on. Tell him. You tell those fucking
No
dice.
change.
No change.
You need a good one here.
11. Oh, did it not roll into the
I don't
thing?
think I don't think
No,
saw
I
it.
thought you were just reading
Yeah.
Desmond.
Give it. Roll another one into the chat so we see it.
I rolled it into the chat. It rolled out of it.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Hey,
better. We'll
better.
take that.
we'll take that 20.
We'll take the 20.
First thing he ever rolled. That is
As
the
you
only
guys
thing he's ever
rush into the Underloft pit and you begin heading up the path where it would split off, where one of you would head to the east to go to Lilia, the other one of you would head to the west/north to go to the Undertown Underloft HQ. You both stop as Scarn, as you're about to leave. Desmond doesn't notice, he just keeps moving and running towards it, but you stop as you see a plume of black smoke rising from the direction of the Undertown Underloft HQ.
Oh, shit. You don't see that, but there's big smoke coming from the Underloft
Yeah.
HQ.
It's mostly blending into the dark walls of the caverns.
He just keeps running towards it.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know that's exactly what's going on. I don't know what that is, but keep that in mind.
He pulls his gun out as he keeps running.
Mm-hmm. As we're both in pursuit, constant run.
Alrighty.
Amazed
And
you're keeping up with me. You're very small.
So he's heading towards that, and you're heading towards Lilia. So are you both splitting up at this juncture?
Yeah, I'll split out from Lilia to head to... I'll split off for Lilia and then
Yeah.
probably head back
So,
to him.
Watch out for the dragon.
If I see it...
For the sake of dramatics, Pepper and Lawrence, you guys come into the pit about 100, 200 feet back from them. And as you do, you manage to catch up as you're moving toward them. You see the two of them split off into two different directions. Desmond heads toward the Underloft HQ, and Scarn heads to the east, heading to the path that would go back to Lowtown. What would you guys do?
Oh. Pepper, what do we do?
I don't know.
My instinct is telling me to go with Desmond, but I don't know where either of them are going.
Well, Desmond's definitely going to the Undertow Overloft.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that's that way. Yeah.
Underloft.
He's going to the cops.
I'm so sorry about this litter. God.
Yeah, yeah.
The Undertown's
You're-
Undertow's Underloft HQ.
Yeah, that's where we're going.
It's so easy to remember.
Fuck you, Aaron.
I did typo that. It should just be Undertow Underloft HQ.
Yeah.
I mean, I
It's
follow
not
your
part of some
instincts.
absurd who's on base fucking joke.
Yeah, goddamn.
If you want to go with Desmond, I can split off and try to keep up with Scarn wherever he's headed.
Okay.
I don't
If
know.
you want to split up, sure.
I don't know.
Well, they're getting
Just
away,
seems-
so we have to decide what we're doing.
Alright. Fuck. Oh.
I mean, if you want to go with Scarn, you go right ahead and you'll, like, let go of your hand and look really sad.
Oh, God. Don't pull on the heartstrings.
No, it's okay. Like, you go with Scarn and I'll go with Desmond. I'm fine. I'm
They're
fine.
getting away from you in real time.
Yep, I'm
Oh,
going.
God, just
I'm
keep
gonna go
him
catch Desmond.
safe. All right,
I'm going
bye.
Desmond. Bye.
Eh?
Desmond!
You guys both run in different directions. You head off
Yeah.
to Scarn. So we're gonna hit up because I have a feeling I know how this is gonna go. Desmond and Lawrence, you guys head toward the Undertown oh god, now I'm doing it. The Undertow Underloft HQ. You head towards it. As you head towards it, toward? As you head toward it, you see that this building, this roughly 2-story military-esque outpost-like building, as you approach it, there is a crowd that has gathered somewhat around it. Not a huge crowd, maybe a couple of dozen people who are in the area. As you see, the entire front of this place seems to have collapsed in, and you see wood and stone appears to be sizzling and bubbling, as if some kind of corrosive agent had been sprayed across the entire front end of it.
In the building itself, you said there was smoke. Is it on fire?
The burning wood seems to be giving that off, and there are slight embers, as if something inside may have also caught fire.
Desmond will start flanking around the crowd and looking for a side or back entrance that we would have.
Heck in. All right, as you do, you head to it. About half the building is collapsed, and this corrosion seems to be pushing back further across it, as if continue to encroach on it. As you head around to the back entrance and move in, you see a similar sight to the one that you saw at the temple. You see that there's normally maybe 8 or 9 Undertow members in these buildings at any given time. And you see that some of the members here, some of them you recognize, appear to have been, have similar wounds to those that you found in the temple. They look like they were killed earlier. As you see bodies laid before you, these seem to be some slightly older wounds than those you saw at the temple.
You guys will start barking out just to the building in general, be like, is anyone alive? I'm just gonna try and find some way to break in and just check and see if there's any other survivors around.
Roll me a D100.
D100, baby. 14.
You hear the sound of the building collapsing as its structure continues to give way. In the few rooms that are still intact at the back of it, you do hear this choked masculine. There's someone there.
Alright, he'll start trying to dig his way in, or again, I don't know how much of the entrance is collapsed. He'll try and tear his way through that as best he can.
As you move toward what would be the door that leads to the main reception area in the front, you're approaching from the back because you went in the back. You see that there is a figure, what looks to be half of the torso of this orcish individual wearing an Undertow uniform. They have what appears to be a large wound that was pierced into their back from the top, as if someone stabbed them while they were down, but it didn't go all the way through, and they seem to be stuck, the entire lower section of their body submerged in the collapsing area from out front, as they seem to be trying to pull themselves forward to no avail. Who's there?
It's me, Desmond.
No one came in. Barely saw what happened. There's a woman came in.
Yeah, another one. We're gonna get you out of here. Looking at him, does it look like I would have the strength to pull him out?
This is like a large man. As you reach down to him, he reaches his hand up and grabs you basically by the forearm. Listen, there was something they brought with them. It did this. Breathed corrosion on the building. But that's not all. When this woman showed up, gleefully killing us, 2 members of our own turned against us. They left. Members of the Undertow are killing members of the Undertow. You have to tell someone.
Yeah, I will. He's gonna look around. Do I have any rope? I do have some rope. He's gonna try and tie some rope around this guy, and he's gonna start running back to some of the people in the crowd who are a bit bigger than he is.
Try to get their help?
Yep.
Roll me persuasion.
Run over.
Or intimidation. You are in
He's gonna fire his gun twice in the air to try.
We're gonna do intimidation.
You, I need your help now. Intimidation.
And can I help?
This Lori runs up as I just
Yeah.
fire my gun.
Yeah.
Rolling intimidation. Come on, me. 8. I am still small.
A couple of people acquiesce and they do come with you as you fire your gun and pretty quickly run back there, but as you fire it, people seem more so scared, they back up a bit. You hear the creaking of the building as it continues to give way. You head back to the rope with yourself, Lawrence, and a couple of people in tow. What I would like you both to do is I'd like both of you to individually roll me, let's say, athletics checks.
Alright.
Oh. Ooh, that's 8 from Lori.
13. As you guys and the 2 people that are with you pull against it, you hear the orc struggling. You hear him just, ah! Ah! As he's like pulled against it and his lower body doesn't seem to give way. As he does, assuming that you guys have some distance on him, you hear creaking begin to get louder and you hear support beams begin to give. You see the orc look up to the remains of the building around him and looks out to you as he seems to not be coming loose. And you just see him be like, "Find who did this!" as the building collapses down on top of the man.
Mark that rope off. I know we are getting that back.
Jesus. What happened?
Moon Theris attacked. We gotta go.
Yeah,
There's nothing more we can do here.
We have to find the others.
All right.
Jesus.
You guys heading kind of in the same way that Skarn and Pepper went?
Yeah, there's nowhere else to go.
All right. Skarn and Pepper.
Yup.
You guys arrive at the base of the low town pit. Hold on. I gotta real quick. Where is it? There it is. Everything's happy. You guys arrive and you hear the festivities going on in Low Town, even from across the river, which is where you are currently. You can see that the carnival's well underway. It's about 11 a.m. by this point as you arrive here, a little bit winded from the run. You hear the panting and running of Pepper, what would it be? The other 2 would eventually catch up with you, I'd say. Desmond and Lawrence not terribly far off behind you as you stop and you try to get your bearings. The 4 of you all emerge into Low Town roughly at the same time. Down about here, if you have the map.
Cool. I'm just gonna beeline it straight for Mug Runs.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Follow.
You run up and you run up to one of the bridges and you cross it and you circle around going to Low Town. Quick smash cut to Lilia.
Yeah.
You arrive at a Sesgetti stand. Or you had
Yay.
arrived around 11.
Yeah.
You find that what Sesgetti ends up being is it is effectively spaghetti with, I know the noodles aren't called spaghetti, right? Or are they? Long pasta
they're
noodles.
Pasta noodles.
Are like cooked with tomato sauce and baked to a point where they're sticky enough that they can be wrapped around like a stick or a set of sticks and can just be kind of eaten. They are just portable spaghetti for all intents and purposes.
Me and Hayden have made them twice. It's very delicious.
And you see that when he takes them, Sa'un has no idea what to do with this thing. Like, with no idea where to start on it. He just has it, kind of puts his hand to the side of it as if protecting it from falling, and just keeps shifting it and moving it in place, and like opening his mouth as if to start eating it, and then not, and then just like,
No, keep going.
There's probably no, like, clean way to do this, is there?
Probably not.
It's totally covered in sauce.
If you slurp the noodle too much, it'll go everywhere and ruin your robe.
I've only got one of these.
Oh no, you better be super careful.
Gets a confident look on his face. Takes a bite out of it. manages to not have the whole thing uncoil, but there's pasta sauce just around his mouth at that point. Wipes it away. It's good.
Everything you'd ever dreamed of.
I didn't know what to expect necessarily, but yeah, it's really good.
Ow.
You just have no fear. You're not scared of it at all, are you?
You can't let little things like this intimidate you. Besides, clothes can always be washed. Face is wiped, you know.
Starts eating it more aggressively.
It's so different when you do it, though.
I'm just doing what you're doing.
Yeah, but there's a je ne sais quoi to it. I heard that was elfish.
No, it was. I actually, it's a specific kind of elfish. I knew. You basically said that totally correct.
Awesome.
I had someone try to teach me part of that specific subset of elvish, but I didn't like them very much, so.
Oh, that's a shame.
No, they were just the worst.
They sure fucking were.
I don't know if you would necessarily understand what I meant, but she was a intense energy vampire.
Oh?
Just being
Wait,
around her was
vampires are real?
exhausting. Yeah, vampires are real.
What? Oh, are they like really sultry and seductive and sparkle in sunshine?
The ones I knew were mostly just wet.
What?
I think they got out. I think they're probably still kicking around, but it has been a long time. Actually, what age is this? They probably would have popped back in within the last century or so.
I mean, this is the year.
Yeah, it is. Well, I
Like,
hope.
how far along is that from the last time you remember looking at a calendar?
Well, I mean, I know when I came here. I've been paying pretty close attention to the date broadly, because in a couple of years I have to find some people.
Yeah.
Because I want to introduce myself to them properly. I have
You wanna
friends.
meet them?
At this point, he's like started walking, and you see he's like kind of drifting in the direction of the big top tent.
She'll grab 2 more Siskettis and then just walk with him in case he wants another one.
Those people that I talked about.
Yeah, the ones you said that you met before, but they haven't met you.
Yeah, but once they meet me, I can find them.
Mm-hmm. Keep going. What else?
Oh, everything I'm doing here, I'm sort of a little bit doing for them.
Oh.
One of them lost their parents. To stuff related to the Balvarian Accords. Their parents disappeared. And I have someone who asked me to keep track of some things. I came here because some of the stuff that's happening to this town, some of the stuff related to the stuff that if I talk about too deeply, your eyes will glaze over and you'll forget we went on this date. Some of it has to do with a situation that's similar. I think I can talk about them directly. I'm looking for something called a somnium.
A somnium?
It's a sort of private world. It's hard to explain. But I'm looking for someone who can create something like that so that I can better understand it. Because if I do, I might be able to help the woman whose parents took off. I also was keeping track of some Kitsadria for a while, but I lost track of them.
Oh.
I've mostly just been doing errands for my employer for the last... They blink. While.
How does your employer even know you're doing a good job, or that you're even doing your job?
I can talk to them, sort of.
Oh.
Sort of. Well, they sort of know most things. Back when I was in Cahulas, they could contact me basically anywhere. I just had to sort of will it to happen. Ever since I came to Retia, their ability to do that it's waned considerably. Their influence doesn't spread as far here. So, a lot like me, they physically came here, and they're wandering around.
No, so they wouldn't know that you're currently shirking your responsibilities to go on a date.
I'm not, this town is embroiled in everything that I'm researching. Surely they would understand this is part of my research.
Hold this is Getty in front of his face.
Oh my god.
Besides, we both know it takes a while.
Yeah?
My employer and I.
She's just feeding him the Siskety at this point now.
We both
Oh
think
my
about these things on a
God.
particularly long scale. Lifespans like ours are so vast that we can think on about doing things in terms that you might not be able to. Normally,
It's funny how you just keep biting every time I put it close to your face.
it's good. I like it.
Yeah, but you're almost done with this one. It's gonna be your second one. You're not gonna have enough food in that stomach of yours for the rest of anything, unless you're like most men that have a boundless stomach.
I actually got a pretty small appetite, but I can push myself when I need to.
Holds up a third.
I used
the
to be
third
really
one.
used to just not eating much of anything, because most of the food I had to eat was pretty tasteless.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, there's no food like carny food. Ow.
Yeah,
Finishes the one he was munching on.
Ow.
it's true. It kind of reminds me, back home, food was only tasteful when it was at the place I lived. In my country, there was this certain effect, curse, you might call it, that made it so that most food was tasteless, and a lot of people didn't even realize when they were going hungry. But at my castle, if I had guests over, they could suddenly experience the sensation of taste again. It was like a sanctuary. So I was blessed in that I got to eat things that I could at least register. But because of that, because in our country, taste was sort of precluded, a lot of places just didn't make good food. People made the bare minimum, whatever they needed to stay healthy. So even though if people came to my castle, they could eat properly, the food that we had delivered to us was not a lot to work with.
Hmm. Well, that's certainly a shame.
You would think that
What
I
good
would
is-
make up for lost time after I got out, but
I
it
mean,
just never occurred to me to do so.
to be fair, food doesn't taste as good if you don't have a good amount of people to enjoy it with.
That's true.
I know Mama's food doesn't taste as good when I'm home alone. There's just something about the company of other people, you know?
Yeah.
Mama says it's the love that's in everything we make.
I had someone that was kind of similar. I mean, she was a bit strict, but I had someone who said that sort of stuff. They were really nice compared to everybody else. It was kind of like a nana sort of that looked out for me.
Hmm. So in
Um,
some way or another, you kind of had a mama of your own.
Yeah. My actual
know,
mom
it's a-
wasn't great.
You know, it is okay if you miss them.
My family?
Mm.
I don't miss my actual family.
That's not what I meant. The people you cared about that are gone. It's okay to miss them.
Being
And
my
that-
friend, where I came from, usually meant that bad things happened to people. So,
Is something bad gonna happen to me if I'm your friend?
I hope not.
If so, it could be something else. Don't worry, I didn't say anything weird, did I?
I don't know.
I'm just pulling your leg.
Do you wanna... Mungrung's is gonna be starting pretty soon. Do you wanna go check that out?
Yeah, of course. We should grab some drinks first, though. After eating all this, it's salty.
Oh my god.
Let's get the bunch.
And the two of you head toward the big top tent, which is currently setting up for its main attraction. And I apologize for this happening at this exact point in time, but as you guys rush in and you search for Lilia, as the four of you together search for Lilia, I would like to take like a micro break, because all the water I drank today is catching up with me all at once.
That's right. I
Micro
also got a piece.
break!
Yep, 5-minute break. 5-minute break.
Whoa.
And you know what? Since it's pre-recorded,
break.
I am pausing through the break because we're gonna just come right back to it once we're back. So,
Alright.
and we're back in. Okay. So, you two, before we come back to the others, Lilia and So'un,
Yeah.
you find yourselves in the big top tent. People are allowed in the big top tent in which Mungrung is going to be appearing to make his big heckin', his big old performance where he's going to unveil all the weird things that he found. As you enter into this place, you see that you are in a large tent with various very large fire pots spread around the area to illuminate it. There are effectively bleachers. There's seating. There are people that are wandering in and standing in the front like rows as soon as the seating all fills up, which it does very fast. You see as you sit down and you prepare, So'un does a very subtle but almost childish, puts his hands together and does this little finger double clap, just this, as you're preparing to see whatever it is you're going to see. And then seems to immediately become aware that he did that, and then sort of just folds his hands in together under his sleeves. The tent that you're in, there is this stable-like section that seems to have been built on the far side of the tent, like a large stable where maybe they kept horses, you couldn't tell. There are 3 tarps that are connected to the ceiling by what appear to be large ropes. 3 ropes come down into the center of it, where you see some individuals talking, preparing. One steps out. Everyone, make sure that you find your seats. In not but a few minutes, we shall begin the presentation, and Mungrung shall join us partway through when he's ready to present himself. Is there anything that you wish to do during this commotion? During the clamoring of people filing in?
There is the brief looking around to see who else tries to sneak their way in, if Moontheris finds her way in somehow. Since the first time Skarn saw her, she was skulking about here. So she's maybe she'd come back. There is the thing with the animals, so she's wondering what's gonna go on with the animals here. We're gonna meet a fucking Siegfried the half-dead lion or some shit happening on the stage. But but yeah, she's just gonna take a quick look over everywhere, see everyone gathering up, and then see if anything stands out before stuff.
All right. As they prepare and they get ready to go, the entire place quiets down somewhat. You see someone snap their fingers and a little arcane flash comes from it. And as they do, the various fire pots sort of simmer down. The light becomes a little bit less in the area, focusing most of the light into the center. As this happens, those of you who enter into Lowtown, you are heading towards Lilia. Please tell me what that means, how you're looking for her, what you're doing. What is your approach?
I imagine Skarn's just, like $1 million manning it.
He's got his Lilia senses on.
Mhm.
He knows.
Basically just looking over top of everybody.
Are you trying to head directly to the big top tent, or are you looking around in general?
I mean, I'm just trying to find him.
All right. Please roll me, let's say, investigation, assuming that you all might ask around a little bit. I'd like everybody that is not Lilia to roll investigation.
Okay.
Fine.
Sick. I fucked
Today
up.
is not
I'm
a good
useless.
rolling day.
Have a great day.
Except that 120.
14.
You say, like, I've had a
I'll go
great
back to
Ten.
being silent.
Okay, I'm melting my fucking dice.
Lawrence.
Do it. Get him.
Everyone like runs around. You all stay in the same general areas. You all rush around and start asking about, like, have you seen Lilia? Have you seen heckin' the little Poriday girl? Have
She's
you seen
the
the cute,
prettiest bunny
cute,
you've
cute
ever
bunny?
seen.
Heckin', have you seen them? They should be with the elven man who sort of just floats around like a ghost.
Far
Have you
too
seen them?
beautiful for his own good.
Have you seen the most beautiful woman you've ever seen walking with the most beautiful man you've ever seen?
You find, as you're walking around, Lawrence,
Yeah.
you find that as you're asking some people, you hear some performers loudly, bombastically calling out from a stage that has been set up outside, just a live performance that appears to have been set up. As you see here, just like, welcome all to the folly and form of a faraway land! And you briefly look towards it, and you see a group of performers who appear to be putting on a performance that they introduce as a story of the land away. A story of settlement 400 years past. As they appear to be doing a historical retelling of the settling of the land away and the formation of the Lions Council.
I have to go to that. Pepper, I have to go to that. I have to go to that. You guys keep trying to find Lilia. I'm gonna look in here. What? I'm gonna like drag Pepper with me to this.
No! Desmond Skull! Dragged off.
Pepper
I don't
gets
even
cut.
notice they're gone.
The two of you, you continue to search around.
Wait, the Lions Council. I have to go to it, but also we're looking for Lilia. You seen a beautiful bunny girl?
I will give you a full breakdown of what you see in that play, but as I do, as the others continue to look for Lilia, the lights go down in the big top tent, and a colorfully dressed man who appears to be something of a minstrel steps forward, raises his hands. People of Gilligan's Pit, welcome once again to Mungrung's Madness, a spectacular exhibition of wonders taken from all across Somnus Domina. You all, of course, recall Mungrung's previous shows. What began as a simple lion taming evolved into the presentation of a genuine celestial icon. As he says this, light flares up on a large relief of this brilliant white lion, which may or may not have been in a previous presentation. And then an apparatus taken from an ancient wrecking forge of Destimus, as another large mural, a large painting, lights up depicting this large mechanical creature that was excavated. With each year, his findings become more fantastic, more elaborate. Well, this very night, we'll present you with 3 distinct presentations, together making up Mungrung's most fantastical show yet. Desmond and Skarn, roll me investigation again.
As I'm running around, I'm also trying to keep my eyes open for Undertow members.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would want to quietly be like, we need to talk to, or we need to get
Again,
that
I'll stay silent.
HQ is
Skarn! Skarn! It's not a good day to be Skarn.
Smell your
That's
dice,
I'll
a
just
boy.
six.
stay
For
silent.
those
It's
listening.
fine.
Smell
That's a
them dice,
6.
baby.
8.
Aaron, smell
Desmond,
the
roll me
dice.
perception as you do this.
Yeah.
As you continue, as you look for
Thanks,
Undertow
Skarn.
members.
13.
You do notice there are far fewer Undertow members around than there should be. Cutting back. Cutting back to the interior of the big top tent. The man gestures towards one of the first of the tarps. For the first of these wonders, I ask for a brave and wild-minded volunteer who would like to test their sanity itself against the first of Mungrung's findings. And they open their arms as if inviting the crowd to bring themselves up. Lilia, you being the only person here that I can ask this, do you have any desire to do so?
Testing our sanity?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what he said?
Yep. Test your sanity. He said it in a very carnival, like, boggle your mind kind of way.
Hell yeah.
But yes.
There's just the look to Sa'un.
Well, you want to put that stone face of yours to the test?
Oh, it's actually basically impossible to affect my mind with anything, so I feel I might spoil the show if I were to do so.
Okay, then
But I
watch me. And watch me crack!
Are you sure?
She just like looks back at him with that fucking Anya face from Spy X Family, just like
Hell yeah! God damn it! Yes.
You head up. Sa'un almost seems like worried as you head up and you walk down from the bleachers you're on into the center. A very brave volunteer indeed. May I get
Just
your
like-
name, please, for everyone that's going to witness you testing the limits of your mind?
Yahoo! I'm Lilia!
You hear like someone from the crowd be like, "Hey, Lily!" Oh, it appears that you're very well known around here. Would you say you're
I
something of a
am.
public icon here in the pits?
Oh, I couldn't call myself an icon, not at all. That would be too prestigious for someone from such humble beginnings in the pit as I.
Well, after this, you're certainly going to be remembered by all those here at Mungrung and all of those who come afterwards. All right. Behold, brave volunteer, as they turn. My name is Milwalk, and I'm very happy to make your acquaintance. Do you wish to see madness given form, captured by Mungrung and prepared for your entertainment?
Lay it on me.
Then behold, as he reaches his hand towards one of these ropes, pulls it, one of the tarps fall, and you see inside this large circular cage a creature that can be described as this massive copper insectoid creature that immediately reels up, gets up from a crouched down position, large mandibles clacking on the side of its face as you just hear as it pulls back as if afraid of the light, as you see this.
Yeah, I knew it had to be one.
oh.
And
It's a
as
bug
you
man.
see it, and you see its slitted, confusing insectoid eyes, I would like you to please make a charisma saving throw.
Oh.
We got this.
Hold on, I'm gonna look at some of my skills and stuff too because I think. Well, actually, you said
Charisma
What
saving
kind of
throw.
Riz,
charisma
baby.
saving throw. Okay, it'd be in my saves.
your
Oh,
Riz.
okay. The Riz.
Do it. You got this.
Apparently
not.
2 for
That-
a 6.
nope. Oh,
I was
As
trying
you-
to. I'm trying to see because I think I have a thing where it's like if it tries to do some fearing shit, I can't get affected, but I can't remember where that would be under.
So it's not fear, it's
Okay.
charm, actually.
Oh.
As you look towards it, and you know what? One sec. I'm going to confirm exactly what it is so that you can check, just in case you do have advantage.
Oh no, I was thinking of Brave Soul. It was advantage on saving throws made to resist or stop being frightened.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's
straight up, it straight up doesn't. It's not even a condition. It is just what it is. You become, as you look towards it, you find that the world spins around you. When you look into its eyes, you feel this hypnotic effect take hold and you begin to sway slightly. You're not sure if you're in danger or if you're drunk or what, but just every action you take, you find you go to raise your right hand up to shield you from whatever this creature is, and instead your left hand goes up. Everything is disorienting. As you do,
Oh.
and as you find yourself sort of staggering in place, you're still aware of what's happening around you. And you just hear echoing, as if everything is distant in a far-off cave now. You hear the sound from beside you. This wanderer of the world below, this umber hulk's very gaze permeates the mind of onlookers and drives them to twisting madness. Of course, this is only temporary. In this setting, a mere parlor trick rendered safe by its bindings. Which brings me now to the second of Mungrung's features, as he shifts his hand over toward another rope and pulls it, and another tarp falls, revealing several lions, 2 lions laying perfectly still who begin to stir and move within their cage. I'd like another investigation check from Skarn and Desmond, who at this point I'm convinced are going to just pop up in another country.
I can't believe we're both Zorro.
Skarn!
No good.
So Skarn,
I'm getting more lost.
as you
I'm
guys
honestly
are
mad
looking
that
around,
It actually did well. I wanted it to do worse.
Skarn, you hear the distant that comes from that creature, and as if everything else peels away, you remember that sound from having heard it when you investigated the cages. You zero in on it, and you head towards it. Desmond, you're around. You sort of notice him do this, but at this point you notice that everyone else in the group is sort of peeled off from you. Skarn, you head toward the big top. You come to the front of it, and you see Lilia appears to be standing in the center beside these 2 cages, one containing the lions that you had seen, one containing this creature that, as you see it, you recognize is the thing you saw beating itself against the inside of the cage. You hear the voice of the performer. Behold a mastery of beasts unseen before. These lions have not been merely tamed, their nature has been broken, their minds subdued and granted purpose. Many like them are being presented across Lowtown as we speak. As they say that, Lawrence.
Yeah, man, dude, I was just gonna say, they're just showing up and seeing fucking Lilia on the stage, and they're like, let Lilia go on a date, they said. It'll be fine, they said. Like, just fucking, oh no.
So, I'd like you to take notes if you have to. I'm going to run you through what you catch of the show you're watching, real quick.
Oh, dear God, okay.
With
Well,
bombastically over-the-top actors. The play that you are seeing describes the settling of the land away 400 years ago by the Retian royal family.
Okay.
They sent the royal knight, Morthus Runecrow, and their followers, which included the early Valorbilt clan, to explore the untamed land that would become the land away. They struggled to establish peace. They intervened in a local war between a Dragonkin tribe, the Dymanisters, and an orc tribe, the Olenmarsh. Bringing them together, the Runecrow Knights and the Valorbilts mended ancient feuds, and they joined the land's tribes together under a newly formed Lions Council, creating the land away, settling an ancient war between the locals, and establishing a settlement connected to the royal family. The play contains minor performances with mock battles between key figures, almost all of them depicting the forces sent by the capital as heroic, knightly, and good, and the locals as somewhat misguided, often too heavy-handedly to be taken very credibly. Of note, the actor portraying the head of the Valorbilt family stars in this, chewing the scenery, indulgently yelling their lines, and stealing the show from all the other actors trying to put on a genuine
Am I
performance.
getting any names from this?
The main one is would be the Morthus Runecrow, the ancient head of the Runecrow family, which is one of the most important of the families on the Lions Council. They're the only one that seems to pop up repeatedly. The others seem almost like they were sort of obscured, like other names that are brought up are not mentioned as if to not characterize them by history. As this happens, and as they get to like near the zenith of this thing, you hear a lion's roar, and you see several carnival folk moving a large lion through the crowds.
Oh.
And as they do, Desmond and Pepper, you see this as well.
Yep.
Desmond's
in the
here?
same
I
vicinity.
thought Desmond was with Skarn.
They got split up.
Oh, okay.
Desmond, you basically see this as well from a bit away. You are within view of the big top tent. You see a lion moving forward, and as it does, its fur begins to shift and change hue. It seems to like rebuild itself, almost, as if its body were made of sand, and it shifts, becoming blackened. The ones that are in the tent as well, the ones that are inside of that, the ones that are inside of the cage do the same thing as the cage is lifted up and frees these lions that are within. As you see, the hue on them also starts to change. You see, in front of you, that they take on this otherworldly, menacing appearance that looks like this.
What the fuck?
Blackened skin and fur, golden armor begins to create itself on it, as though made of this coppery, sandy material. Their manes become these white, flowing, scratchy-looking clouds of fur. The person at the center continues. Behold the beast's obedience. Isn't it quite fantastic? Of course, this brings me now to the peak of our performance, to Mungrung's main show, and he puts his hands to the side as the final tarp behind him falls. And there is a body being suspended by ropes, hanging about halfway up the tent. Mungrung grants his life to us, his legacy, so that we may finally sever our ties with this town. Mungrung's madness comes to an end, he says, gesturing still still dazed Lilia. The gaze of the person who is doing this seems to look to the entrance at the solitary silhouette of Skarn standing in the opening of the tent. And with the fall of Mungrung...
Bow is out, by the way.
With the fall of Mungrung, with the
Notched.
Undertow's decimation, and
Pulled
the
back.
destruction of the Governor's Council
I'm about
that
to
will
shoot
occur
this
today,
dude in the throat
Shoot him.
right now. I swear to God.
this
I'm
is
about to
now
shoot him in the throat.
our town as you
I'm shooting him
fire.
in the throat.
As you
Shot him in the
fire.
throat.
As you fire.
Don't do this, Logan.
That's where we're going to stop today.
You're a whore! Oh my god!
As several more of these beasts are released around the town, as we cut to the images of the various Undertow HQs all decimated in one way or another, the Undertow members having been earlier that day slaughtered. And as we cut to the procession of carnival members suddenly turning their weapons and their skills upon the townsfolk in each of the pits, that is where we're stopping today. And for the month.
Jesus Christ.
That's mean.
That works. I'm not going to run
More.
credits because there's no point. There's no one in the audience.
Holy fucking shit, bitch.
Can we finally
In a
fight?
month, Laura's gonna get quite a talking
You took
to.
Soun on a date. He told you.
What
Everywhere he
the fuck am I
goes,
getting
tragedy
talking to?
happens.
If we hadn't come, we wouldn't be able to
This
fucking
is
stop
dope.
that
I'm
shit.
here for it. I'm finally ready to beat some ass. I'm finally ready for the one thing that Skarn is good for, beating ass. Like, literally
How
all this
dare
talking and shit.
you?
For
Y'all
real.
have had
is
like 5 sessions of
wonderful.
fucking fluffy role play.
Literally sitting
the
here
town
doing
is now
nothing.
The town is now under assault. Let's go.
All I'm here for is to murder people with efficiency, and y'all are sitting here like, I want to talk about shit. Fucking let me kill something there.
Listen, you should be talking about shit. You're going through trauma.
I don't care about talking. Let me kill something. The
Your
trauma goes away
trauma-
when I kill it.
No, it doesn't. You have
Yes,
to
it
tell
does.
things.
Yes,
I'm
it
a
does.
small
Have you
boy
killed your
and I
trauma?
know.
Have you ever killed your trauma before? Have you ever killed your trauma before?
Well,
I did.
I-
It's gone.
Listen, all my trauma is new, and I'm figuring out how to deal with it.
Look,
Then
I
go
just
kill
wanted-
it. Go kill it.
I-
What-
I
I'm
wanted to
gonna.
go
What are you saying,
on a
Anna?
date. I just wanted to go on a date with a pretty elf man.
Don't we all, Lilia? Don't we all? Oh, Jesus.
I
Before
don't.
shit starts hitting the fan, and then there's shit everywhere, and we have to go clean it up. Before
You're about to
it
get
was like
murdered,
something bad's
girl.
about to happen. And
You
it's like,
fucking volunteered for murder. They're gonna fuck you up.
yeah, they are.
Lilia!
So I was just
I
looking
like
around like,
both of
oh,
them.
so this is when it happened.
Just sitting there applauding,
no.
like, yay, what a show. Like, no
Yes.
idea.
I feel like Soon's definitely like, not again.
Yeah, so it's just up there like,
Fucking Christ.
okay.
No.
Well, at least nothing bad happened to the temple.
Oh, God.
Don't just stand there and let them fucking kill me.
I'm going to, just so you all know, I'm going to put everybody onto a map. Because
No.
I want to briefly show you what the situation is so you can plan for it next game. You all would have been in the same general area, same block area. We're going to abstract.
I was dragged off by a certain Lori Lou, so I'd be wherever.
I'm
he
going
went
to give
go
you guys,
watch that.
here you go. Here's the tent.
I needed my faux mom / faux big sister to hold my hand. I'm going through it, man.
I know. I didn't mind that. Now you took me away from the trouble.
Yeah, because there's no trouble here. The fuck?
There you go.
You
There's-
make an excellent
There's
point.
the map for you guys to look at and to plan around. This is your approximate locations given where you were. Real
Man,
fun stuff.
Me in the nosebleeds. Shit.
Who said anything about planning? I'm gonna shoot that guy, shoot that guy, shoot that guy,
Right.
shoot that guy,
Yeah,
and then go straight for the murder of all the animals. All right? They're
That's
already
true. Yeah.
evil. I'm gonna kill them.
Get him.
Oh,
Sorry.
there's a little bit of stuff that I was hoping we'd get to before the very end of the year, but that's fine. We got stuff for next time. Hope you guys had fun being cozy. 'Cause that's fucking over.
God. Yeah, it feels pretty fucking endgame, dude. So much is happening.
Oh,
Really
not endgame.
Oh, you slut.
But man,
Infinity
are
War?
we in the dark night of the soul right now?
I
Damn.
don't know what that means.
This is
Dark Night of the Soul?
No, I don't know what that means.
It's a writing term for like the lowest point of a story.
Yeah,
Ah,
hero's
okay.
journey.
Yeah.
I also didn't know
Like
what
the
that
end of it.
means.
This isn't the end of Act 2, quote unquote, but the end of Act 2, the point at which the hero thought they had everything, but they lost everything. They
This
don't.
is
There's
the
no
beginning
coming back.
Of section C of Automata.
This
Oh.
is Jasmine figuring
See,
out
that's
who
what you were
Aladdin
saying.
was and telling him to leave, and then him getting fucking drowned in the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up, Barry.
This is Hercules losing
He
his
says no.
powers and making his deal with Hades.
She's got a lot to say.
That hoe.
Oh, I know, Barry. We didn't get our morning wine.
All right.
It's bullshit.
With that,
Sorry,
I want to restate.
girl.
We will be. I don't know if we'll be back on the 4th or the 11th because technically we do have a week off. We'll discuss it amongst ourselves. Because I might make an argument for maybe that we shouldn't take the 11th or the 4th off. But we thank you guys for stopping around. Hopefully I stream this properly. And next week we're gonna get into some crazy stuff. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
Happy New
It's
Year,
also been so many
everybody.
sessions since we had combat, and I'm so ready for combat.
Thank
I
you
know,
for
I'm
joining us for all of
thirsting for it.
2024. We love you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for watching us through all 2024, and I look forward to 2025.
Jesus.
Yeah.
The future of Nat19. Let's make this.
Dated.
Yup.
All right. With that, so long, everybody.
Oh, goodbye, everybody. We love